Beautiful beings of the universe, welcome to now. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the Stoics' view on, on what truly greatness is. And this is very essential because this is about being selfless. So, who are the true leaders? True leaders are the people who put others first, and they are not looking for their selfish motive and their selfish interests. It talks about there was a time in Rome when everybody was hit by a big plague and people were just dying out of misery, out of pain, out of suffering. So what did he do? He says about this, and I'm just going to read that. The plague was killing lots of people, causing chaos. Rome was in a really bad state, with many people dying and everyone feeling hopeless. So, what did Marcus do? He started selling his own fancy stuff from the palace, like jewels and ornate furniture. For 2 months, he held sales outside his palace. He was showing everyone that he was not going to look after just himself. He didn't need all those expensive things, not when so many were suffering. Now, this is like a boss who cuts their own pay when times are tough, or a sports star who changes their contract to help their team get better players. It's about leaders who give up their own comfort to help others, and that's what being truly great means. So, this is so awesome, and that's what I wanted to talk about this in this video. The fact of not just having things for yourself just because you need it and mindlessly living. It's about contributing, like how can you truly help others? And this just does not mean to talk about the time in Rome back then, even in your day-to-day life. If there is a way that you can uplift others through music, through dance, through art, through your speech, through who you are, many times you need not do any of the stuff, but just show up in the world as a good, positive human being, a ray of light. When you go out in the world and you see the demons and darkness all around, you should not shrink yourself, but rather go out in the world as a ray of light. So, this is what a true leadership is. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is focusing on the essential. So, Marcus believed that this was the key to being productive and happy. If you seek tranquility, do less. And it's not about doing too many things like how we are all just bombarding ourselves with excessive videos, information. I want to learn this, I want to do that, I want to also be here and also be there. But at a moment, you realize you can only be doing one thing. And this is what the chaotic, mad ADHD mind does. That you're just trying to do too many things at one time. Or even worse, it's all just cooking up in your head. And in reality, you do not bring anything out to life. So what are you supposed to do is do less. So if you have got a checklist item of 20 things that you want to do, just do one thing and track it until it's done. So it's not about doing more, it's about rather doing less and what is more essential. Do something that's truly important to you, not to the world outside, not for the people pleasing, not to show that, look, I'm smarter than you. Why do you want to do that many reps, even in exercise or in gym, just to show up to others? No. Do it for yourself. Know your body limits. Do something that suits you. Probably somebody is just a bodybuilder for their whole life, and you do gym, you do your exercises just for fitness. So see the difference in the goals. So you need not compare yourself to a bodybuilder because his lifestyle is entirely different. You do your stuff because your lifestyle is different and your needs might be different. It might be just to get energy to carry on throughout the day. So he says about this that which brings a double satisfaction if you do less. You do fewer things and you get to do those fewer things in a better fashion. And it's always nice to have this written somewhere. Write it down with a pen and paper and keep it in front of you that says that just do few things. Just do that one thing that's essential for you. Next point that he talks of is don't suffer imagined troubles. So many times you see that people are, and even I do this, you're just imagining stuffs in your head and you think, oh, I'm going to suffer that. Maybe that seems like a perceived trouble, but in real life, that might not happen ever. So don't suffer imagined troubles. and stop complaining, even to yourself. Forget about complaining about others, even stop complaining about yourself. Like you said, I'm going to do this, and I didn't do that. So be it. There has been many times you have committed to a thing that you couldn't achieve. There have been many times you wanted to learn a certain stuff and it just took longer than what you had planned. So just let it be. And he says that don't complain, don't meddle in the affairs of others. When you see someone acting objectionably, remember when you have acted this way. The Stoic is too busy improving themselves to waste time criticizing others. By distinguishing between what we can and cannot control, it becomes clear that only our choices, deeds, words, and thoughts deserve our focus. So, what basically means is don't give your energy and attention to the negatives and to the world outside. Of course, when you go ahead and want to achieve something, there would be distractions. They would want to come in your way. But the smarter way is how to turn around and use that energy to your favor and not just get swayed by the negative energy outside. So this is what I wanted to share, and I hope it helps because the best takeaway that I think we can get from this video is doing less. Doing less is so essential, and that is the best way to learn. When you can slow down, learning does not happen in a fast way. But we are brought up in a world where everything is supposed to be fast. Do this fast, do that fast. Learn so many things in so less time. Of course, learning is a very big virtue. No, but no matter how hard you try to understand something, you first of all need to slow it down. If you tell a child to directly jump to 7th or 8th standard book, they can never ever understand. So they've got to go through the initial classes and then they gradually arrive at the 7th or 8th standard, and that's how they learn. The same thing is with the humans, especially for an adult mind. You cannot just expect that you're smarter and you can directly attack that thing of learning which is way advanced than at your level. So you need to go through from step 0 and then take 1, 2, 3, 4 till you arrive at the 1000th step. There's no way that you can skip that. So avoid the shortcut. There's no shortcut, first of all. That's why the clarity comes from doing less. So let's just have clarity in what we are doing, and that clarity comes from a clear state of mind. And know that your thoughts are just like 1000 thoughts per minute. That's the speed of your thought. Then you're just getting nowhere, because a clear way of thinking and the speed of thinking, that is a learned skill. That doesn't just come that you just sit and think and directly the answers come. That's not how our brain and mind works. So even if you want a right sort of answer at the right time, that all of that is essentially a mind practice. Basically, all of that is mindfulness breathing. So if you can, because your thought and your breath are connected. So if you just watch your breath, you will see that your thought speed have started slowing down. Your fears have started to come down. And even beyond that, you just watch that fear. You just watch that distraction. You are not trying to just get over that because you want to achieve that. Because in the game of duality, there's no way that you can only be with the light all the time. You've got to fall, you've got to fail. It's impossible that you will succeed if you have not failed. So stop fearing the failure and just keep failing till you get it. And it's okay. Don't be too mad about getting there as well. Just slow down and whatever you're doing in the now moment, make that oval. That means make that perfect. Make that. What does perfection mean? It's not about giving it the best shot for whom. It's just about like the Zen monks do when they are doing their dishes, when they wash their dishes, they're not thinking of anything else. They put their whole attention, mind into the act of washing the dishes. When they are cleaning their cupboards or when they are cleaning the temple where they live, they are only focusing on cleaning of the temple. When they are focusing on the breath, they are only focusing on the breath. So that is the Zen way, and that's a lot of beauty in that. There's a lot of beauty in that. And also the painful thing is our mind wants to be distracted. Our mind wants that, give me this, give me that, I want to eat this. Even though you're not hungry, you just want to eat, you just want to distract yourself with I want that because somebody else has that. They are traveling there, so I also want to go there. No, you don't. You just sit with yourself and do the work. That's all that is essential. Just stop your brain from acting like crazy monkey. It's just enough now. Slow down and do just that one thing. Just that thing that truly matters to you. Bye. Peace and love. I'll see you in the next one.